Video is one of the most powerful mediums that we have today. If you look at how people interact with content, you will always find that video is one of the top ways of interacting with people. When I was young and I wanted to work on my car, I would pull a book, a manual, and I would go get it, and I would look up in the manual how to fix something on my car. I haven't had a manual for my car in many years because now all I need to do is I go to YouTube, I put in the name of the car that I have, the year that it is, and what I'm wanting to do, and it comes up where someone has shot a video to help me understand how to fix my car. I wish I could say I could always fix my car, but I always give it a try first. I'm not always successful. Ministries that have leveraged video have realized that video is a way to exponentially scale your influence around the world. Ministries like 10 have taken video and they've used this to replicate at scale what they could never do all around the world had they had to go individually to every single person. But now, through the power of video, we can see people coming from all over the world, people that we never anticipated watching that video. You can find that they'll go to YouTube and other places and find that content. When we look at people who are seeking in closed parts of the world, we have found that we find one of the first places that people go to learn about Jesus is the internet. And they will go to places like YouTube and they will search about Jesus. What they find there, they watch. Many people have come to faith in Christ through finding information on tools like YouTube and watching those videos. The problem of video is that it is difficult to do sometimes. It has been traditionally. Major motion pictures, you can watch something from Hollywood or you can watch something from Bollywood. Those are not cheap to produce. Recently, I read that one studio in the United States was looking at building an $800 million studio in a part of the United States. And before they broke ground, they came out and said, with AI, we do not need this studio. It was a little shocking to find that now you can build entire sets inside of AI and you don't have the physical set. That is the future of video. So in this session, I wish I could say that we're going to spend time during this session teaching you how to build out your own videos in your countries with the tools that are available. There are a lot of good tools out there, but here's the problem. If I showed you one of those tools today, by the time you watch this video, it will be outdated because this is how rapidly this changes. And I can mention some of the tools that we're using today, but don't think that those are the same tools that you'll be using tomorrow because it's just rapidly changing. I also want to take like a fun look back at the last couple of years and see how video has changed through AI. So let's get started. So this is a video that I created last night using a product called Synthesia. Enjoy it.
Welcome to Hippo Lakes. ये एक सुंदर स्थान है और यह परमेश्वर की सृष्टि का एक अद्भुत उदाहरण है. Gracias por la oportunidad de hablar sobre la inteligencia artificial. J'espère que tu passes une excellente journée. Es ist immer eine Freude, bei dir zu sein. 现在，我想谈谈人工智能. الترجمة هي واحدة فقط من المجالات اللي نستخدم فيها الذكاء الاصطناعي في المهمة التبشيرية.
So there I was speaking, I think I counted 6 different languages. It was my voice. My lips were moving to those languages. And I can't speak except I speak English and I speak Spanish. And so I know that the English and Spanish were correct. I did this really rapidly last night, so forgive me if one of those was your language and you said, no, you said this wrong. But my experience has been This product of Synthesia is quite good at translation, at creating videos. If you look at that again, like the video of me on the screen, I'm going to, let's mute this if we can, but I just want you to see me on the screen. Like that doesn't look like a fake avatar. That looks like me, and it sounds like my voice. So this is technology that's been around for about 2 years, and it continues to get better and better and better. Just 2 weeks ago, this same company released the ability to shoot not just AI from here up, but full body AI, where the AI character can walk around and you see the gestures. So this is rapidly changing. This technology has been around a little more than 2 years, but it's gotten really good for the last 2 years. Just a word about Synthesia. I use this in my university teaching that I do. So I teach students on AI and the missions, and I teach the theology of mission, and I use my avatar, that looks like me, it sounds like me, but I give it all the script to say, and it says it. And it is so much faster than sitting in the studio lecturing and then having to go back and do all the edits and stuff. So that's just one tool that we've used. I want to show you now a kind of a history of how bad it was a few years ago and how good it's gotten. So this was October 2023. So this is 2 years ago from when we're shooting this video.
Here, today, we're embarking on an incredible journey. A journey that spans from the creation of the world to the life of Christ.
Okay, so if we can
This
mute
is a
that,
story that has inspired.
we'll let it keep running. So you look at her, she looks kind of fake, doesn't look real. But I created this video and it's really nice, but it has the words that'll pop up on the screen. And I did this with just a few prompts, and I gave them the prompts, and it created this whole story. And she's on the screen at some point, and then it has words that it chose put on the screen, and they bring her back on the screen again. It was pretty good. And I can tell you that in 2023, when I saw this, I was blown away at the quality of the videos. That was 2023, 2 years ago. Let's show the next one if we can get the audio ready. This was May 2024. So what's the difference?
Have you ever had, maybe you're in that place right now where you want to turn your life around, and you know somewhere deep in your soul,
Okay, so if we can mute
there
that.
could be some.
So this is not a real person. So you saw my avatar previously that's built on me. Obviously, it scanned me. This person does not exist. This is a totally AI-generated image. See the image in the bottom of the screen? That's the image that the AI generated. Then the AI generated her talking. It's when you look at between October and May, it's amazing. And this is so outdated now. This is two generations old of that software that was created with this. Let's move on to the next one. So this is November 2024. So we can get ready for the audio.
Today, I just got to share the gospel with someone who had never heard it in their own language. If somebody told me back when I was an 8-year-old that I'd be on this kind of adventure, I wouldn't have believed them. Ever since I was a little girl, I'd always read these stories and think, what would it be like if I could actually live like Paul?
Okay. This is incredible to me. This is based upon a real person. The avatar is not her, but this is a missionary who's serving in a place that's a closed place, that she cannot have her image out. And people back home, we want the people back home to not forget about her. We want people to pray for her. We want people to support her. And so how do we tell her story if we can't show where she is? And we can't send a video crew to film where she is. We can't film her face and show that face, because then she would lose her ability to be there. We're able to tell the story using AI. And to me, this is absolutely incredible to think that this is the future of how storytelling can be done. Now, you may be thinking, well, let me just create one of those. This is not easy. This is not like the little chatbots that we've been playing with in our other 10 talks. This is using some expensive software. It's not fast. It does take some time. It takes someone with an artist mindset. But you know what? I'm convinced that in many of your churches, you have people who are doing this for work. You have people in your churches who know how to do this. And so sometimes we think about what we can't do because we don't have the resources, yet God has already given us the resources in our own churches. And so here's the thing. If you're a pastor or a leader of your church, you need to empower these young people in your churches to help create these type of video resources. Because I do believe, imagine if we were to take 30 Bible stories and create that type of movie in your people group, using your people, speaking your languages, what an impact that would have. You know, previously this would have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars and taken a year or more to do. But now this can be done significantly cheaper and much faster. So I am so excited to see what God is going to do with video. All right, let's look at April 2025. Oh, let me go back before we do this one. So tell you a little story. So I work for the International Mission Board. Our president and vice president give a video message once a month. But we wanted sometimes for it to be available for other people who serve with our organization who don't speak English as their first language. So just for fun, we played around with one of the video tools that we have access to, and we created this.
欢迎来到4月图腾，很高兴今天能和你们在一起。今天是愚人節 ，Todd， 真的无可再喻。春天终于来到了历史。
Okay, if we can mute it. So this is our president and executive vice president speaking another language in their voices, and it sounds like them. If you know them, that's their voice. And these are the type of tools that we have available to us today. I mean, imagine folks at 10, we can have Martin speaking all these different languages, sitting and sharing and talking and sharing all these languages. I did one the other night with him doing the voiceover about the 10 campus. So these are things that honestly, 2 years ago, I could never have dreamed that we would be talking about, but we are. I want to show you one from 12 minutes ago. So I did not have this video 12 minutes ago, but I want to show it to you now. Nope, this is not that. This is another, it's a funny video that I did last month. I want to get to the one that I didn't have 12 minutes ago. So any of you seen these little funny baby videos that are going around and have a little baby that pops on the screen and shows you? So I did these just for fun. You can go ahead and turn the audio on.
Hey guys, it's me, your missionary task baby. And I may be still rocking a diaper, but I'm here to explain.
Okay, you can mute that. So this was me just kind of playing around, and I took a picture of myself, and I used another AI and made me a baby, and then I put the baby into this tool called Runway, and in Runway, I created the baby video of me acting like a baby and telling the 6 components of the missionary task. I was explaining it as a baby, so it's kind of fun. Here's the other one that I tried to do in September. And I wish I could tell you that this is ready, but this is not able to be done yet. But watch this video. Imagine one day. Okay, so there's no audio to that because it's sign language. Now, if you know sign language, that was not very good sign language. It was my first attempt to try to do something like this. It's not good. And so if you're watching this and go, oh my goodness, that American doesn't know how to do sign language, then you would be true, because I don't know how to do sign language. I don't know how to speak and use sign language. But this is a dream of mine, that we would be able to use AI to be able to communicate with people who communicate through sign. And we're not there yet. I think we've come an incredibly long way with the audio, one language to the other. But to get to sign is very difficult, because sign is not just your hands, it's the emotions on the face, and it's all of your environment that you're using. And so it's coming. I just throw that in there to say, pray. And maybe, just maybe, by the time you watch this video, this will have been perfected. But up until now, we're still not there yet. And then here's the video that was created just about 12 minutes ago. I think it's amazing.
లేదు నా జుట్టు రాలిపోయి పలసపడిపోయింది నీ జుట్టు భలే పొడవుగా ఉంది నేను జాన్ అండ్ ఫ్రాంకీ ఫార్మా వారు తయారు చేసిన కలోంజి తైలం వాడుచున్నాను.
So I don't have no idea what we just said there. But a brother who was here this week in our training came up to me and said, oh, let me show you a video that I created. And it's using tools that are available in his country. And he used the AI, one AI to come up with a script, and another AI to create the two people talking back and forth. So I show this as an example to say, this is possible in your area. You just need to find people who know how to do this in your area. And I guarantee you that in many churches, this talent exists. So our final video is one that I am very excited about, honestly. This one is a 10 example where 10 has created an entire series using AI video. So if we can play that right now.
I'm going to introduce you to another chapter in the parable of ordinary.
Can we pause?
It's a story.
So if you look here, everything except Dr. Bruce in this image is AI generated. Everything. You remember earlier I said there was a studio that was looking at building this $800 million set or studio. And the reason they've not done that is because you can totally create an AI generated set. All right, we can keep playing.
Boy, that's fascinating. So let's begin. Chapter 1, Ordinary embraces his big dream. Not long ago and not
okay,
far.
Pause. So everything you see right here, it's AI generated. This is truly amazing. I cannot, for people who have not worked in video and video editing, you may just think, oh, it's just the magic of Hollywood. I can tell you that this would have cost a fortune to build these out, and the amount of time that it would take to build this out would be tremendous. And now we can quickly generate videos using AI that tell a story. Now, is it something that everyone in your church is going to be using? Absolutely not. This does require a special skill set. But not everybody in your churches are running video cameras and doing video editing and using Adobe Premiere and all the other things that we do. This is a new skill set. So if you remember, one of my other 10 talks, I talked about how AI is changing the workforce. And in another video, I talk about 60% of the jobs that we have today did not exist in 1940. Well, this is an example, because a few years ago, this job of creating AI-generated videos and sets did not exist. And now there's an entire industry that is coming up. So, what does this have to do with AI in the church? I believe that one of the most powerful tools that we have at our disposal is to create content that people can go to and learn more about Jesus. Just for fun, you should go to YouTube or whatever video, probably it is YouTube, but go to whatever video provider is available in your country and search for, how do I know more about Jesus? Or search for Jesus, or search for Christians. Search for, what's the difference between Islam and Christianity? Search for, what's the difference between Hinduism and Christianity? see what kind of videos come up. Sometimes there's good content. Other times, we really want to beat that content. We want to get better content. And so if I were to encourage you how to use AI videos, it would be this. Learn how to use videos to make sure that your content is being served up anywhere where a lost person may be searching to learn more about Jesus. You want those videos to be what comes up. You do not want a video that's coming up from the other perspective. And so we need to flood social media content. We need to flood YouTube. We need to flood these venues with high quality videos. If the first time they click on it, it's shot with a little Android phone and I'm just holding it up and it's not very well done and there's lots of background noise, they're clicking on to the next video. But if you see something like this, that's highly well done and it tells the entire biblical narrative of Scripture, these videos, I can guarantee you, will be played. So, I don't know who's watching this video, but if the Lord has put on your heart to create these type of things, let's do it. Let's create content that will change the world. No longer do you need to be in Hollywood or Bollywood. Now you can do this in your own home with a computer. Everyone can create content. So in this last session, I spent a good bit of time, it's kind of a fun session, looking at how video has been impacted by artificial intelligence. And isn't it amazing? Yeah, the first video I showed from like a couple of years ago.
It was amazing.
It was okay a couple of years ago, but now we ended with what Teach Every Nation is doing and building out entire sets inside of artificial intelligence.
And 3 people, our team, Bruce and his team, did things in months that would have taken the same team years before.
Taken years and millions of dollars.
And it's beautiful.
Yes.
But what was so fascinating is when you looked at the years of just you teaching with your own self as an avatar, and you see the progression from good to excellent to where really it looks like you. It acts like you.
One of the tools I use teaching in an undergrad course, I use my avatar, which is me. It's studio shot avatar, my voice. It looks like me talking, and my students who have never met me, they may look suspicious after like 4 weeks of me wearing the same black t-shirt and wonder, does he have another t-shirt? But then when they meet me in person, they go, I remember the first time somebody says, wait a minute, are you using AI for your videos? And I'm like, yes. And
But to give you a relief, we all want to be authentic. When you get a letter from a missions agency and you get a signature in blue, is that the signature of the person?
Of course it is. No,
it's not. It's a fake. And it's the same thing. Now, of course, it's my signature that was produced in the same way. An avatar can be a real representation of me, or if there's a fraudulent letter that has my signature on it, I'm offended.
Yeah.
And the same thing, if there's an avatar of me that speaks for me that I didn't agree with, initiate, or create, or it wasn't my content, then that would be terrible. But yes, just like a photostated signature can be mine, we use these things and use in a great way. When you and I did the MIT course 2 years ago, and in AI Worlds, that's a decade ago. Yeah. And I said at the time, it will be 3, 5, or 10 years, I'm not sure what the timeline would be, you and I will speak Hollywood motion videos into existence.
Yeah, I think looking at the video that we saw, the last video in the series, that quality video 5 years ago, I don't know if some of that could have been produced maybe 10 years ago, certainly not even in studios. Now we're producing those on a very powerful Macintosh computer using, software that is
as you know, Grok now, you take a photo and it makes a 6-second video of it. And the animation related to it is real. The fingers work.
Yeah. Runway is the same way, and it'll go up to 60 seconds.
It'll go up to 60 seconds. So in time, it can be motion pictures, and you'll be able to say, I want a motion picture using this video database for look and feel, and I want the movie to end on a sad note, a cliffhanger, or on an up note. And the movie will be 80% the same, and then it can do three things. So there's going to be an incredible lot of content that's going to be generated.
Yeah.
And everybody is going to be able to, just with thinking, being an architect, create things that are visually incredibly appealing. And may it be used for God's glory. And like you're saying, storytelling, orality is how we grab people. If we can take this new, because AI is not just text, it's not just visual, later on will be robotics. AI is going to give so many of us the ability to tell stories
Yes.
with incredible appeal.
Yes, I agree.